All right, so welcome to our second live webinar. The second live webinar with our special guest tonight, Mr. Hugo Coelho, our architect for our two projects, the Enjoy Santa Fe and the Enjoy Trujillo. And we'd like to welcome everybody, again, from coast to coast, all over Canada and the United States that are tuning in to this live webinar. It's our pleasure to have Hugo on board with us tonight. And the whole purpose of this webinar this evening is to ask all your questions to our head and lead architect, Hugo Coelho. And we do hope that we get all those answers for you this evening. If there's any more questions that you may have and that you want to be answered privately, you can email me at Gino, at enjoytrujillo.com. And please visit our website, www.enjoytrujillo.com. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Hugo Coelho. Thanks for joining us tonight, Hugo.
Hello. Hello to everyone.
And Hugo is in Trujillo, Honduras right now. And he's at the Hotel Campamento where most of us stay. And if you've never been to Honduras, that's a great place to visit. And we will be more than happy to show you around. So we do have some questions here already, Hugo. But first, Hugo, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about your background in architectural work in Honduras. Let us know a bit about your background.
Well, actually, today is my 20th anniversary of starting my architectural firm. It's been 20 years, and we have been doing in several places across Honduras design and construction work. The last 9 years, it has been in coastal areas like Roatan, Tela, Honduras, La Ceiba, and now we're starting this exciting project in Trujillo.
And I know that you have a great deal of experience working with long distance relationship clients. How has that been for your clients so far in your 20 plus years of experience working with you from a long distance area?
Well, it has been great, and it has been very easy for them. We have good communication with them, sending updates every week, pictures every week. So almost 95% of our clients are foreign clients. So we're used to working this way. So I don't see problems with Canada, which is different first project working with Canadians.
Okay, now give me one quick second here. I want to make sure that everybody can see us right now, Hugo, before we continue. So if you can hear me, okay, can everybody see us right now? That's last time we did our webinar, the screen wasn't shared, so I just want to confirm that you guys can see us and you can hear me well. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to get confirmation before we continue tonight. So I do have some questions for you, Hugo. And the first question is from Tom and Susan Sherlock. They say, perk test for properties. Can you advise if these tests have been done?
We did have one of our subcontractors is the company Acme Sanitation. They were here several times last year. They did some tests, and everything is good. Our engineering for each home will be done, and we'll do several additional percolation tests during the process of construction, because we have several soil types on the property. So we're good with this. Yes.
Okay, another question here from Tom and Susan Sherlock. $95 a square foot building estimate is given. What level of finishing is included? So before you answer that question, it's always been around $90 to $100 a square foot. That's how we will be building in Honduras. So $95, yes, we can build you a home. They want to know what level of finishing is included with that price.
Everything is concrete. We have a concrete foundation, concrete columns, slab. All walls are concrete blocks. We're going to be using concrete roofs, flat roofs that will be have a special treatment. And regarding finishes, we have German profiles for the windows, which is PVC. We have porcelain tiles that every client will get to pick their whatever color they decide or the size also. And all the light fixtures, all the faucets, there's options that will be sending over time, but they're common, very known brands, I would say, for these fixtures. The way we work is that we get to involve every client selecting the finishes. We will send it, each one of them essay describes a price per unit. But in that price, they'll be able to get to pick from several options.
Okay, I do have another question here. Now that the development has started, can we use the top road? This is Tom and Susan Sherlock. Sorry about that. They are lot number 5 at the Santa Fe. Okay, I'm not sure if you have that map in front of you, but they want to know, now that the development has started, what we've done actually is we've cut all the roads, and we are in the process of cutting the roads to everyone that's listening out there. And we are talking about the Enjoy Santa Fe at this present time. They are lot number 9 in that development. They want to know if they can enter their property from the road on top of their lot.
The only problem we have on that is that the height difference it's high. So my suggestion is no.
So how would they? They're going to be entering from the bottom of their lot. Is that the way it's going to work there for them?
You mean lot number 5? You mean?
No, lot number 9.
Yes.
Lot number 9. 9.
Okay. What we have above lot number 9 is it's a path. It's a walk path.
Right.
That's their access from. Yes.
Okay. So the answer is that you, Tom and Susan, you'd be entering your property from the bottom because the top of your property is green space, and we're going to have paths all over our development when it comes to the mountain property. Another question here, and I'm just going in order, everyone, with your questions, so please bear with us. And one last question here from Tom and Susan. The water system. Will the water be treated at the holding tank or individually at our property is the question.
It would be individually at a property. Our suggestion is to use a filtering system for each house.
Okay, and our next question here is from Julie and Kent Steckley. We welcome them to the webinar this evening. Their question to you, Hugo, is with a challenging sloped property, what extra engineering goes into pinning the foundation?
We have a good team of engineers that are assisting us with these designs, and we basically what we prefer is to use retaining wall combined with columns. We don't want is we want to be careful with the appearance of each house, looking at it from the bottom because of the topography. So basically our first suggestion is to build retaining walls of what we call the footprint of the house, going all the way down with columns, reinforced walls, and then on some options we could use this space underneath for rainwater collection system, or could be used as an additional room.
Okay, we do have a question here from our friend George Zommers from Mississauga, Ontario. Hello, George, and thank you for joining our webinar tonight. His question here for you is, what kind of security will be implemented during and after construction is completed? I guess I can answer that question, George. There will be security in place as we begin construction of the homes, and right now we're in the the stage where we are starting the infrastructure at the Enjoy Trujillo Beach residences, where you guys have purchased your lot. So there will be security the minute we start commencing with the home building. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Okay, we have a question here from our very first client ever at the Enjoy Trujillo. We welcome Patricia Cherisano to the webinar this evening. She's from Vaughan, Woodbridge, Ontario. Her question to you, Hugo, is water is in. What type of sewers will be used? Is it septic or sewers?
It's septic. Septic.
And I know, Hugo, over the last few months, we've been talking about our septic system, and a lot of clients at the seminars that we host across Canada and the United States have been asking me about the septic tank. Do you mind going through the type of septic tank we are going to be installing in each individual's homes?
Okay. Our suggestion is to have 2 chambers in each one. The first chamber, which is the primary treatment, it gets all the solids. The second chamber is the second treatment, is where we have bacteria that we keep it alive with an air pump. And the third part, which is what we call the clarifying tank. Mm-hmm. After this, we have the option of having an additional tank that we could use for irrigation. Some people connect a line with other tanks and use it for this purpose of irrigation.
So it can also be used for irrigation, making it an eco-friendly type septic tank for everyone that's listening and watching tonight. Excellent. I do have a question here. Thank you, Hugo. And thank you for the question, Patricia. I do have a question here from Mike and Judy Bozek. It says, at what point do you decide on what the premium will be based on the slope of the land? Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
Maybe that question, Mike and Judy, maybe if I can understand this question correctly, are you asking us what the prices, where do we get the prices from? Is it based on the slope of the land? Maybe you can clarify that question, but if that is what you're looking for me to answer, the prices are based on views of the ocean, okay, and that's how we base all our properties. So it doesn't really matter about the size of the lot. We go based on your views. So I believe that's what your question was, and hopefully we've answered it to your liking. I do have another question here from Brad and Isabel and Campkin. Thank you for joining us this evening. They say, once we pay for the building, that is about $90 to $100 a square foot, what other costs should we expect that we will need to know about? Hugo?
There's a furniture package that we're working on that probably would be something that needs to be considered, and also appliances. Appliances are not also part of the square footage cost. So those things I would see. There's some other additional things that you could probably do, which is an alarm system, an IP camera system. But other than that, I don't see any other additional expense.
Okay, I have a question here from Mike and Judy Bozek. Is the house roughed in for satellite TV? Thank you for your question.
What we're going to leave is from where we're going to locate the electric panel. We usually have a entry box that we connect to the exterior with a 1.5-inch pipe, so that every client could decide on using a dish.
Okay,
so the pipe will be
will be installed, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Another question from Mike and Judy Bozek. Is the air conditioning included in the price per square foot?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
And
the type of,
go ahead.
Just to clarify a little bit about that,
yes.
Our suggestion is not to use central air as either split unit our suggestion is to use mini split units. There are smaller units that you can basically install in each room and use whatever the room that you're using. This brings the price, the cost of electricity a lot lower. So that's our suggestion.
So to use separate units in each individual room instead of cooling the whole home, basically.
Okay. That is correct. Yes.
Right. I have a question here from Patricia Cherisano. Is the septic installation part of the building cost, $90 to $100 per square foot? That would be additional, and the additional cost for the septic tanks, you're looking at about a $5,000 fee to install your septic tank. I have a question here from Mike and Judy Bozek. If we choose a design different than the three listed, what is the upcharge to have that design? Maybe tonight, Hugo, while we have everybody on, I know I've been through this in the seminars, but there are clients out there that are still uncertain of your fee. Can you explain your 3 to 5% fee and what's involved with that?
Correct. The original three designs we did at the beginning of the project were only made to give an idea of the feel and the architecture that we wanted for this development. But from the beginning, I knew and I explained to the developers that one of the things that was going to happen was that every home will need a custom-made design. Why? Because of the topography that we have in this property. The same thing will happen with Enjoy Santa Fe. We're gonna soon have the post design, but at the end, everything will be custom. So this includes not only architectural fees, but only all the engineering of electricity, water systems, mechanical, the sewage, the pool, structural. Everything is included in that fee. If it was a totally different design, it would be included in that same fee.
Okay. Thank you. I have a question here, and by the way, when everyone out there is sending out their questions, please let me know where you are emailing us from and watching from around the world, and I'd like to mention where you're from. So I have a question here from Julian Kent Steckley from Pigeon Lake, Ontario. They're joining us tonight, so welcome to the webinar. It says, with being lot number 5 near the bottom of the slope during the rainy season, and what system is in place to handle the extra water runoff? Very good question tonight. We've been asked that a lot. How is Hugo going to handle all the water runoff? Go ahead, Hugo.
That's in Santa Fe?
Santa Fe.
Yes, we already have a design of boxes, I would say, that are connected with pipes that will redirect all the excess of water through the ocean.
Okay, thank you. And back to Patricia Cherisano from Vaughan, Ontario. Does the building cost include outdoor space, landscaping, or pool? Maybe you want to break down all of those fees as well this evening. So start with the outdoor space first.
Yes, the outdoor space, yes. Not the pool. And actually, that was something that I forgot on the additional expenses, which is the landscaping. I would say that landscaping run between $2,000 and $5,000 for something that it's, I would say, nice for a home.
I have a question here, because I think when Patricia's talking about the outdoor living space, you once quoted us $35 to $45 for the outdoor living space, as long as it doesn't have a roof on top of it. If there's a roof, then we're looking at 90 to 100. If there's no roof, there's 35 to 45. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. And what landscaping and your pool? When it comes to pools, it all depends on the size of the pool. You're looking at anywhere between 15 to 25,000. That is the average rate for an infinity pool. I'm going to have a question here from George Zomers from Mississauga, Ontario. Are septic tanks made of concrete or other?
We plan to use them in concrete.
Okay. And I have a question here from Ron Caswell. And he asked the same question that was just answered about landscaping charges, pool, driveway. That's a question that has been coming up from time to time. What do you expect the driveway costs to be on average?
Well, it all depends, because some will need to a retaining wall to be built. I would say my first guess is that it would be between $3,000 to $5,000.
Okay. And I have a question here from Mike and Judy Bozek. Does the price of the house increase based on how steep the lot is? When is this decided?
Yes, and but not only that, but finishes. Finishes also, it's another important thing.
Okay, I have a question here from Brad and Isabel Campkin. What type of maintenance is needed on the house on an annual basis? Being close to the Gulf, is salt an issue?
It is an issue, but everything that we use is already considered that we are working on this type of weather. So I would say only cleaning. That's basically the only thing that you need to do.
Okay, thank you. And I have a question here from Julian Kent Steckley. Steckley, how do you handle landscaping around the house? Is it finished off with grass and sidewalks? And is the garage driveway finished with cement? Thank you for your question. Hugo?
I missed the first question, but the last, yes, cement. Yes.
Okay, and the question was, how do you handle the landscaping around the house? Basically, is it finished off with grass and sidewalks? And is the garage driveway finished with cement? That was the whole question.
Oh, okay. Regarding the landscaping, it all depends on what every owner would like to have. But our suggestion is there is a type of grass that holds very well on hills. So I will, time comes, I will give this information to every owner.
Okay, thank you very much. And previous questions from Brad and Isabel Campkin there from Whitby, Ontario. So thank you again for joining us tonight. I have Ron Caswell joining us tonight. Ron's from North Vancouver, so we say hello to our friends from North Vancouver. And Mike and Judy Bozick are from Whitby, Ontario as well. So yeah, fire away, guys. I'm running out of questions here from all the viewers tonight. So if you guys would like to ask me some questions, I'm going to start erasing some of these questions here on my board. And hopefully you guys can start asking me some more questions, and Hugo will be more than happy to answer them for you. As we stand right now, we have begun the Enjoy Trujillo Beach Residences, Honduras. Tell us a little bit about how that project's going so far since the infrastructure has just begun. Hugo?
Okay, we did already the openings of all the roads in Enjoy Trujillo. We're actually also working on Enjoy Santa Fe. I think that this weekend we will have all the roads open in the first phase in Santa Fe. We have been doing some compacting of the roads in Enjoy Trujillo, finishing the sides of the roads, and we are at this point waiting for bills for the water systems and electrical system. We plan to start the front wall and guardhouse in about a week and a half. Since we have already ordered these materials, it takes a little time to arrive. But yes, everything is looking great. I will be sending some pictures probably by tomorrow, so that you can have a better idea of what's the difference from the time that some of you came up to this point. It's totally different. It looks very, very nice.
Well, we have shared our photos with all our Enjoy Trujillo Beach residents clients. I am keeping everyone up to date as we go along. I am also posting pictures on our Facebook page. So if you want to see updates, please join me on Facebook, Gino Santa Rosa, double S at the end, and you can see the Enjoy Trujillo logo, and you can become a friend of mine, and you can see all the updates, and you can see pictures from the past as well. So we're all very excited that the Enjoy Trujillo has begun. And Hugo, if you want to just let everyone know when we are expecting to close with the Enjoy Trujillo Beach residences.
We are planning on starting the first homes on mid-June, and we are expecting to have them ready by the end of the year. At this point, we have 8 clients that are ready, and hopefully the other 2 clients will also decide on moving forward in June also.
Okay, so are you saying that we are at approximately 10 clients right now that are ready to commence construction?
That's correct.
Okay, that's good. Okay, there's a question here from, since we're dealing with construction right now at the Enjoy Trujillo, we'll keep it there right now. I have a question here from Patricia Cherisano, lot 21 at the Enjoy. There has been some clients who have who are starting to build. How is that going to work with all the infrastructure not yet completed, Hugo? That's her question.
Yes, we have already thought about this, and it has happened on other developments before, and it's just a matter of timing of getting the materials on place. So I don't see any problems with that. There's no obstruction of being working in one place or the other.
Okay, and Patricia has another question here. She asks, what is the payment structure for the construction phases? How do you normally work when it comes to your installments, Hugo?
Normally, we start with 20% first payment, and every client will receive a payment schedule that usually it's between 12 and 60% of monthly pay. Every client will be receiving updates every week, and they can check with that they will receive what's the status every week prior to making the next payment at the end of the month. So it's a monthly payment.
Okay, I have a question here from our friends, lot number 6 at the Enjoy Trujillo. We welcome them from Edmonton, Alberta. It's Claude and Michelle, so thank you for joining us tonight. Their question is, we will be the first group building in Trujillo at the Enjoy. How will the construction site be managed so that we can enjoy our home in these early days? Will we be vacationing in a construction zone? Michelle and Claude. Hugo?
Yeah, it's true. We will try to be as less as
an annoyance.
Annoyance, yes.
Yes.
But it really is gonna happen that you will be listening to people working. So
in the early stages, that's the way it's going to be, unfortunately. I mean, we have to get the homes built. The good news is, Michelle and Claude, that a lot of clients are starting to build their homes. We are already at approximately 10 clients that are going to be commencing their home in June. So that's great news. And I know I have tons more clients that want to start in January. So I think a lot of these homes will be built sooner rather than later. And that's all great news for the community. Thank you for your question. Let me see here. Okay, so we have Brad and Isabel Campkin. Before we go to Trujillo, is it possible to review the contracts and agreements that we will be signing if we buy? I can answer that question for you, Brad and Isabel. If you send me an email at gino@enjoytrujillo.com, I'll be more than happy to send you guys all the agreements in place so you can read them before you come down. As a matter of fact, we have approximately 40 clients coming down for our next group tour, May the 10th to about May the 20th. So if you want a copy of those agreements, kindly email me at gino@enjoytrujillo.com and I'll send you those agreements before you come down. Absolutely. Thanks for the question. What is the breakdown? Okay, from Mike and Judy of the payments. We've answered that question as well. And we have Mike McCloyd from Calgary, Alberta. Thank you for joining us. We have Calgary here tonight. Are the contractors primarily local, or will there be other foreign contractors available to choose from? I can answer that question as well. You have the way we work over here. You have every right to build your own home. All the architectural work and engineering work has to be done through Hugo Coelho, our lead architect, as we do want all the homes to be modern, contemporary design. So we, as the developers, have to approve the designs that go through Hugo. So if you wish to build your own home afterwards, you certainly can. Another question here. Can you show the 3 home designs from Ron? Ron, if you go to our website, www.enjoytrujillo.com, all 3 of our models are there for you to select from, and our floor plans, everything is there. Again, if you want me to send them to you directly, email me at gino@enjoytrujillo.com. Julian Kenstekli, we will be there in May and would like to meet with you at our site. This question is for you, Hugo. Is it possible to do this? We would also like to have a better idea based on a 3-bedroom design, what the overall cost will be.
Yes, I have no problem with this. Yes.
So they want to have a better idea. I guess when you guys come down, Hugo can go through exactly more detail with you guys one-on-one, and that's an ongoing thing with our development. Hugo is always readily available to sit down with you, to go onto the property with you, and he'll answer all your questions in person in Trujillo when you guys come down. Ron is from London, Ontario. That was a question that he asked before. Ron is joining us tonight. Thank you, Ron. And thank you, London, Ontario, for joining us tonight. I have a question here from our client, Larry Albrecht. Larry was recently in Trujillo and purchased a property at the Enjoy Trujillo. Here's his question for you, Hugo. So thank you for the question. He's from Okotoks, Alberta. How long is the building process from start to finish? Hugo?
We expect that it would be between 5 and 7 months.
Okay. And what is the, okay, I have a question here from George Zomers from Mississauga, Ontario. What is the maximum number? This is going to be a good question because I've been asked this question a lot, so thanks for this question, George. What is the maximum number of units or homes that can be constructed at any time, and how long to complete a unit? So completion is about 5 to 7 months, as he's just explained, but how many units can you build at once, Hugo? That's a question that many people have.
Enjoy Trujillo 63.
So there's the answer
yes,
for everybody. Thank you very much for that answer.
Every project is different, so it doesn't delay the other one.
Well, here's a question to go further with that question from George. Here's a question that I have often when I do my seminars across Canada and the United States. And the question that our clients and future potential clients have for us is, being that we're doing construction in Honduras, and is it possible that you can handle all of this construction at once?
Yes.
So you have the manpower and the machinery all available for you?
Yes.
I have a question here from our client from lot number 6. This is Claude from Tollfield, Alberta. We will be the first group building a Trujillo. How will the constructions, did I already ask this? Yeah, I already asked you that question, sorry. Okay, Alan and Rini Tulik, one of our first clients as well at the Enjoy Trujillo. They are joining us tonight, and they are from Edmonton. They are lot number 30. Their question to you is, what deposit is required to start building? So I believe you mentioned 20%. Is that correct? Just to reiterate?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Clarence Richard. From previous pictures, there are sharp embankments next to the new roads. And Clarence Richard is from lot number 6 at the Enjoy Trujillo. He's saying he's seeing the pictures, the sharp embankments next to the new roads. Will there be retaining walls supporting these roads? Hugo?
We have already worked with equipment to lower this slope. What we are going to do is to use some type of grass and geotextile on this. I don't know if this is the reasons, but we have already lower these slopes a lot.
Thank you for answering that question. I have another question here from Mike McLeod from Calgary, Alberta. Are building materials readily available in Honduras, or are most materials shipped in to a port?
Depends. The finishes, some of them we have them locally, some of them will need to be shipped, but all for the bay work is available, 100%.
Okay. We have our friend Jerry Bush from Edmonton, Alberta. He was just recently there, the Bush family. He purchased lot number 5 at the Enjoy Trujillo. How soon will we have drawings so we can give the go-ahead? So this question is for you. How soon can you get him his drawings so he can give you the go-ahead, as he too wants to start building?
Very soon. Very soon. I think that this coming week he will receive those. Yes.
Okay, so you're recorded here, so that has to be done. Okay, we have a question here from Patricia Cherisano. What will Hugo need from the clients to start the design of the homes, i.e. 3 bedrooms, windows, bathrooms? Can you explain, Hugo, what you need from the clients so that you have a better idea and understanding of what they want?
I would say that what we call a wish list of everything that they can think of. Any detail that they can think of, any picture that they can email, anything that can help me understand their tastes, their what they like. So starting from this wish list is how I start doing some concept for them, and from that start, the first concept is the starting point. To understand the scale of a house sitting already on the lot.
Question for you from George. What form of payments will you accept? So how do you accept these payments, Hugo?
And for construction or for design?
For the construction, yeah, for the phases, you know, the 20% and so forth.
Monthly payments. Monthly payments.
And the question is, how do you accept your payment, though? Do they wire fund? How do you accept?
Yes, yes, wire transfer. Yes.
Okay. I have a question here from Julie and Ken Steckley. How long does the design and engineering process take for you, Hugo?
Well, the challenge is to get to the concept approved. Normally, this could take between 2 to 3 weeks, and after the concepts are approved, that's the easy part for us, since we already have an in-house group of professionals that already know what they need to do. So after the concepts are approved, it will only take 2 to 3 weeks to complete the construction documents.
Okay, and I have a question here from Brad and Isabel Campkin. Can he build year-round, or is it only specific months that you can build? Does rainy season cause issues?
Yes.
Good question. Thank you very much, Brad and Isabel.
It's we prefer not to start construction during the months of November and December because that's our rainy season. So be pouring footings during those months is challenging. It's not that it cannot be done, but then we have to deal with all the erosion and water filling the footings. It's a little bit more difficult. Not impossible, but difficult.
So it's best to start building this summer rather than in the rainy season, of course. And that was Brad and Isabel Campkin from lot number 28 from the Enjoy Trujillo. They do have another question here. Hugo, you must have assistants. Sounds like this is a lot for one person. Will we deal with you or your assistants?
I do have several professionals working with me for many years. I have a group of architects and engineers, so it's not only me. The firm's name is Hugo Coelho, but it's a good team behind me.
Here's a question from Mike McLeod. Is it possible to receive detailed plans in order to understand the construction techniques used in Trujillo in PDF digital format would be great.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can you make a note of that, Hugo, and send me an email? And Mike McLeod from Calgary, if you'd like to send me an email at gino@enjoytrujillo.com, and then I'll receive that from Hugo, and I'll be more than happy to forward that to you. So please make a note, Hugo, to have those
Yes.
construction techniques used, and in PDF, if you can forward that over to me. I have a question here from Julian Kent Steckley. How are our homes insured during construction and after? Very good question. Thank you very much, Julian Kent. How do you insure the homes while you're building?
During construction, we have insurance company that works with us. After construction, it would be a matter of getting all of you in touch with an attorney that does this here locally, this type of insurance. So that's a question that he would have to answer and give more explanation.
So during the construction phase, are you insuring their homes while you work, Hugo?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that answer. Patricia Chersano, Gino, would it be possible to see the designs of the other clients that have proved to get some ideas? That is one thing that we will not be doing. We will not be sharing. This is a meeting that we actually had last week. We will not be sharing designs from our clients, as I find that to be pretty personal, and I would like for everybody to have their own privacy when it comes to their designs and their homes. So the answer to that, unfortunately, Patricia, is no, we will not be sharing our home designs with other homeowners. We want everything to be unique, everything to be original, and we want everybody to be rest assured that your home will be your home and nobody's going to copy it. Next question here is from Mike McLeod from Calgary, Alberta. Are concrete boom pumps readily available in Trujillo?
Not at this point. No.
Okay. So I'm just going to erase a lot of these questions right now. It looks like we are drying up here with the questions. So if anybody has a question, fire away. We do have Hugo here for a few more minutes. So fire away with your questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. Hugo, what else can you tell us about the construction? Actually, you have a question coming in here. But what else can you tell us about the construction phase? You say you want to begin, and 10 clients want to begin in June. What else can you tell us about that phase, and how are you going to show people their construction as you go along of their homes?
Well, there's a couple of logistics that we're still working on. We have been here in Trujillo for several, well, I would say months, trying to get all this logistic in shape. So that it makes it easier for us and make a smooth process of construction. Every place that we are starting to work, we spend a lot of time getting to know the people, getting to know the way people think around here, because it's everything is you have to deal with a lot of issues here. So basically, once you have the logistic figured out, how to get all the materials on site at the right time, you're basically just watching the construction be done the right way.
Hugo, I have a question from Brad and Isabel Campkin. From the design pictures, it looks like each house has a garage. Is this included, and is the garage lockable?
Every owner will decide how they want to use their square footage that they are planning on investing. It all depends on them if they want to include it or not.
Okay. I have a question here from Mike and Judy Bozek. Well, before actually I go on to this question, I think it's very important, I say this in most of my seminars, that you do have a garage, because there are no basements over here and there's no place to store all your goods. So it would be a very, very good idea to build your garage as well with a lock. Okay. I have a question here from Mike and Judy Bozek. Does Hugo have some other designs besides the 3 on the website that he can show us? Do you have a lot of examples that you can show other clients other than the examples from our Enjoy Trujillo clients?
Yes, I think that if they go to my website, there's a couple of designs that they can look at, www.hugocoelho.com. They can have a better understanding of some of the designs that we have already done previously.
Okay, thank you. And I have a question here from Mike McLeod from Calgary again. What are the requirements and challenges for shipping containers with materials into the country?
That's not a problem. It's just paying for the shipping and the duties.
And Mike, I just want to let you know as well, in the Bay of Trujillo where we are, there is a huge port that's called Puerto Castilla. So if you want to ship any of your goods in, you can ship them from Miami directly into the Bay of Trujillo, which is very close to our properties. And it's called Puerto Castilla, or Castilla Port, the Port of Castilla. Rick and Jackie Long here have a question. Let's see here. They are from lot number 3 at the Enjoy Trujillo. Would you recommend a generator? This is a very good question as well. Thank you for bringing this up. For a 3-bedroom home, what size of a generator and how much would that cost?
I would say that yes, I would suggest a generator. It would all depend on the size of the house, but I could probably send you some information of the ones that we have used before with their automatic transfer. I would suggest. So yeah, I think that's a good idea.
What would be the cost for a generator for a 3-bedroom home ballpark? Do you have any idea?
Probably they could run around maybe $9,000 already on site.
For a backup generator for a whole home. Okay. Let's see here what else we have here. Okay, so Tom and Susan Sherlock, they have a question here. Will the water be treated in the main holding tanks? That question was answered before, but I'll have them answer this question once again. How does the water get treated once it gets to the home?
I'm sorry, Gino. I missed the
will
question.
The water be? The question that they have is: will the water be treated in the main holding tanks, or do we need to do it on our property? You will have to do that on your property.
Yes, in each one's property. Yes.
Okay. Now, George Zommers, he said he didn't understand the insurance part after completion. Do we get insurance from Honduran insurance company or from our local insurers here in Canada? Because he's from Canada.
No, I think that they would have to get in contact with this insurance company in Honduras.
Right, and you're going to help us out with that, and you'll pass over their name and number to all of our clients. Okay. I have a question here from Brad and Isabel. What amperage is the electrical panel, 100 or 200, and is it the same voltage as here in Ontario, Canada?
Yes, it depends on the load, but the maximum that we have used is 200 amps, but for this home, it would be 100 to 125 amps.
Okay, and their next question here from Brad and Isabel is, do you use natural gas or propane or only electric for appliances and hot water?
We have used propane. The thing with propane is that we will get the service in Trujillo. That's why we initially are suggesting everything to be electric until we are for sure we have the confirmation that we won't have any with the service.
Well, there are trucks going around Trujillo. I see them all the time, full of propane tanks. So that won't be an issue to get service into your home. You'll see them as well, I'm sure, when you come downtown and you walk the streets. You'll see these delivery trucks with propane tanks all over the trucks. So that won't be an issue. And I have another question here from Mike McLeod. I may have missed the previous question. Is there a concern with electricity in order to need a backup power generator?
Yes, there are some time during the year that the loads in summer, so a couple of hours the energy could be cut off in Trujillo. Not very much, but I would suggest to use a generator.
Another question here from Julian Ken Steckley. Do you ever use solar panels? Now we're talking, that's a good question here. Solar panels for water heating.
In 20 years, I have tried to use them with clients hundreds of times, but once we do the calculation and when they get the return of their money, at the end they decide not to do it.
Okay. What is the average cost to put solar panels on a home?
A package could start from $10,000 and up. So it would depend also on if you want to include like the ACs in your solar panels. Probably need a couple of lots just to place the solar panels.
All right, I have a question here. It says, what are the requirements for heating or cooling the home from Mike McLeod? The good news is, Mike, that we are in Honduras, so no heat. We don't need heating in the home, that's for sure. It's always warm. Average temperature in Honduras, where we are in Trujillo, is about 28 degrees, average temperature year-round, with rainy season being between September all the way to the end of December on the northern coast of Honduras. Those rainy seasons, they change all over the country, but we are on the northern coast, so it's September all the way to the end of December is rainy season. Having said that, you will not need heat at your home. All you will need is the air conditioning units that we will be placing in each individual room. Okay, so that will be included in your $100 a square foot cost. You will get air conditioning units. Okay, so if you guys have any more questions, fire away. We have about 9 more minutes left of this presentation, 8 more minutes now. If you have any more questions for Hugo Coelho, please feel free to ask them right now, since we have the man right here on the spot. And don't forget to join me in a couple of weeks' time, May the 20th. I am hosting another webinar, and this time with the Embassy of Honduras in Ottawa, where we can ask them all types of questions about living in Honduras, safety in Honduras, and much, much more. So please tune in. That's going to be May the 20th, and it's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have a special guest from the Embassy of Ottawa joining this live webinar. I have a question here from Brad and Isabel Campkin. Will we get a copy of this webinar? Absolutely. I will. If you email me, I'm recording it as we speak, and I'll have copies to send out to everyone. As long as you email me, you'll be able to get a copy. That's gino@enjoytrujillo.com. I do have a question here from Julian Ken Steckley. What is in place for waste management and recycling? Hugo?
That's something that we have been working with our subcontractors, Acme Sanitation. You can look at their website.
I think Hugo's frozen right now. He said that he is working on that right now, and he has a company that is going to be dealing with us. Hugo, you froze there, so if you can just repeat your answer.
Yes, we're working at this point with our subcontractors. It's Acme Sanitation. They have a lot of experience in waste management, and we're working with them to get all their equipment here in Rio.
Okay. Here's a question from George Bush. Can we decrease construction costs by coming down and helping build? If so, how much? Joe Bush from Edmonton.
Absolutely. So work that out, yes.
I have a question from George. Is it normal to have swimming pool heaters in Honduras?
No, I haven't seen one.
We're so used to having that here. That's a great question. We have to get out of the Canadian-American mentality and into Honduras mode. Yeah. Jerry Bush, can we help with the construction of our homes? As mentioned, Jerry, you can actually build your own home if you wish. So that's something for you to talk to. Email Hugo Coelho anytime, and he'll be able to help you out. Hugo, if you can just tell us what your email address is. If you could spell that out for us, that'd be great.
It's Arquitecto. That's ARQUIT ECTO@hugocoelho.com.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So if you have any other questions for Hugo, you can also email him. It's 8:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. We have 6 minutes left of this live webinar. I have another question here from Mike McLeod. Are the contractors experienced in this type of construction you are building with?
Yes, we work with American standards, everything.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mike McLeod. So remember, you have about 5 more minutes left of this live webinar. If you have any more questions, fire away. This is your chance to talk to Hugo Coelho direct. And don't forget, our next group tour is May the 10th until May the 18th, where we'll have all the partners, Lucia, Paul Todos, Christina Santarosa, and myself, Gino Santarosa, there. And we'll be your tour guides for that whole week. We're going to have a great time, and we'll have Hugo Coelho there present as he's working full-time right now on the developments, the Enjoy Trujillo and the Enjoy Santa Fe. Speaking of the Enjoy Santa Fe, we are working on the roads right now. We are just cutting the roads so we don't have to walk up and down the mountain. So if you are coming to view your lot in the next few weeks, those roads should be cut so that we can walk on the roads and you'll have the most amazing views. I do have some questions coming in now. 4 more minutes left of this live webinar. George Zommers, where does the skilled labor come from? Local or other, Hugo? Where are you getting your skilled labor from?
They are coming from Roatan.
Okay, and of course you've been building in Roatan for many, many years, so you're getting a team with extensive experience in building.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I have a message here looking from Julian Ken Steckley, looking forward to our trip there and meeting Hugo and his team. I'm sure he's excited to meet you as well, Julian Ken. So he's waiting for everybody to come down. And I have Alan and Rini. Thanks for doing this, Gino and Hugo. Very informative. And again, thank you for joining us, Alan and Rini Tulek from Edmonton, Alberta. Claude Gamond, Hugo, has been great to work with you so far. Thank you. That's a message for you tonight, Hugo.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I have a question here. And the question is from Julian Ken Steckley. Is, have you built in Trujillo before, Hugo?
No. This is my first project here.
Okay. And Mike McLeod, thank you very much. Really enjoyed the hour. We, again, thank you for joining us too, Mike McLeod, and thank you very much for asking those great questions here tonight. And we hope to show you around real soon. So again, if you need more information about this, if you want to watch this webinar once again, you can simply email me at gino@enjoytrujillo.com, and I will be more than happy to forward you a copy of the recording from tonight's webinar. And again, don't forget, May the 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be interviewing somebody from the Embassy of Honduras here in Ottawa, Canada. So that's going to be a very informative hour as well. And don't forget, our next group tour is May the 10th to May 18th, and we're following that up July the 12th, July 15th time to about July 22nd for our next group tour in the summertime. In the meantime, our partner Lucia Todos has been there since October and she'll be more than happy to show you guys around. You don't have to book a group tour. You can come anytime, as soon as tomorrow. I have another message here. Thanks from Brad and Isabel. See ya on the 12th of May. We'll see you in Honduras, Brad and Isabel, and I'm sure you're going to love the place. Thank you, Gino and Hugo from the Bush family. Thanks, Gino and Hugo from Larry Albrecht. Always informative. Again, thanks for joining us, Mr. Albrecht, Mr. Bush, and the Campkins. And thank you, Hugo and Gino, Dick Vanderhars. Dick and Monica, great work. They're going to be building their home as well at the Enjoy Trujillo, and we're excited to see what their home's going to look like real soon. Again, I think this concludes. I'll give you 30 more seconds to ask final questions before we conclude this live webinar here tonight. We have a thank you from Julian Ken Steckley, very informative. That's what they say. Thank you very much for joining us again. And we'll be doing these live webinars every so often, at least once or twice a month, to keep everyone informed about the progress at the Enjoy Trujillo and the Enjoy Santa Fe. And I guess this is the future now, live webinars. So we are going to make it our future as well here at the Enjoy Group. Again, thanks for joining us tonight. Hugo, you want to say a few words to everybody?
I look forward to seeing you all here. So enjoy.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you too, Hugo, for our next group tour, May the 10th. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Actually, I have one more question here. I have one. They're coming in here from Ron. How many lots are left? Ron, there are no lots left at the Enjoy Trujillo as it stands right now. There are some reservations, so if those reservations don't go through, those lots will open up. We have some lots that are starting at 65,000 US. We have completely sold out and reserved the Enjoy Santa Fe phase number 1 in a matter of a month, month and a half. That's the quickest we've reserved any phase up until this point. Honduras is definitely on the rise right now. It's on people's radars, just like Costa Rica, Panama was back in the day. So now it's Honduras' turn. So jump on board or you're going to miss the boat. We have just released phase number 2 at the Enjoy Santa Fe. And that phase there starts at 98,000 US for a third of an acre. And I believe we have 9 lots already reserved in the second phase. So things are reserving quickly. And if you want to reserve a lot, it costs only $500 Canadian for that reservation. All the lots are in US dollar. And if you like, with the $500, you can come down, visit us. We will pick you up at the airport. We will drop you off, and we will put you in a hotel for 3 nights, 4 days at Campamento Hotel. And we do all the tours with you. The Fortress of Santa Barbara. We take you to the Starfish Colony. We take you snorkeling. We take you downtown Trujillo, and we show you your property. If you don't like your property at all, we will show you another lot that comes available. And if you don't like anything, you don't have to purchase. This is not timeshare here tonight. This is a fully titled and registered property under your name. So again, if you want to come down, Ron, if you want to reserve a lot, $500 will hold the lot for 60 days, and then you have to come down to view the property. And we hope you do that, and we hope you enjoy Trujillo like we do. Again, you can email me, Ron, if you'd like to reserve. I can let you know what's available at gino@enjoytrujillo.com or info@enjoytrujillo.com, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Patricia Cherisano, she says, great presentation, guys. Good work. Suzanne and Phil Vorbis, thanks, Gino. We just figured out how to communicate. Thanks for doing this. And Joe Bush, is lot 70 available? I will, as I go to the board right now, I will put this up just to show you. Excuse me that I'm leaving. This is the map. We just got back from our tour. This is the live update from our app. So as you can see, that's phase 1 and 2, the yellow and the blue. And then we have the lighter color is the Enjoy, phase number 2 at the Enjoy Santa Fe. So this will be all updated on our website. And just to answer your question, lot number 70 is available. And you'll be, if you want to reserve that lot, just kindly email me at gino@enjoytrujillo.com. Phase 2 is now open. Get on board. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Hugo. And we look forward to seeing you again May the 20th. Join me, live webinar with somebody from the Embassy of Honduras here in Ottawa. That's yet to be determined, but that's going to be May 20th. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your night. Ciao for now. Thank you, Hugo.
My pleasure.